Hey, beautiful Pisces, Aries, Cusp. What if becoming a money magnet isn't about working harder, but about finally releasing what you've outgrown? Because the cards that's coming through showing a really powerful financial transformation between now and August. And some of you are really about to receive some sort of opportunities that wouldn't have fit the old version of you. So welcome in, my beautiful Pisces, Aries, Cusp. Thank you for coming in and hitting that like button, leaving comments, and being subscribers here at the Mystical Wolf Soul Tribe. Let's take a look at the money magnet reading that we've got laid out before us, just to see what Spirit wants you to know about increasing your financial flow or maintaining your financial flow, welcoming in the abundance and aligning with prosperity through June, July, August, estimated. So remember, your timelines will be different. I'm just trying to get a bigger area as each of your timelines are different. So we're looking at over at the next 3 months. So the first question we're actually asking Spirit is, where can you focus to welcome more flow right now? And interesting enough, we got the Death card from this Tarot, and we also got the Ace of Pentacles. All right, and then from the Stained Glass Tarot, we have the Three of Pentacles reversed, and then we have the Page of Cups. Very interesting energy coming through here. And first thing, Spirit is showing me that abundance is trying to enter your life here, but it needs room, I'm hearing. Like the Death card, the energy I'm picking up, it's not about endings to fear. It's about that transformation regarding your finance. It's about something in your financial life reaching a natural conclusion. For some of you, this even could be a belief system. For others, this is about a job. Right, it may be about a job, a side hustle. It could be partnerships, maybe a way of pricing yourself, or even maybe it could be a habit of constantly underestimating your value. The Ace of Pentacles normally comes in, like the energy I'm getting here is beautiful with this Ace of Pentacles. The reason why I'm saying is because it tells me that whatever is leaving, all right, whatever energy is leaving, it's going to create space for something more prosperous, right? And this card often appears when there's a new opportunity that is forming. Maybe it's a new client, or maybe it's a source of income, a new source of income. It could be a new skill becoming profitable. It could be a promotion. It could even be a business idea. It could be an investment in yourself that pays off later. Some sort of something new. Maybe it could be even saving money. But what's really interesting here is we do have the Three of Pentacles reversed, right? That some of you have been maybe trying to build something, environments where maybe your talents aren't fully appreciated. You may be giving your energy to people who don't recognize your worth. Maybe you've been over-contributing while receiving very little in return. You may even be trying to force collaborations where Spirit's actually asking you to trust your own vision. Now, your last card coming out here is the Page of Cups, which tells me that your next opportunity may not arrive in some sort of logical way. Maybe it might begin with an intuitive nudge, a creative idea, a random conversation, a dream, a message that suddenly appears, something that initially seems small. Some scenarios I'm seeing here is someone is scrolling online, stumbling across an opportunity that normally they would have ignored. Another scenario I'm getting here is someone finally starting a project they've been thinking about for months, and then unexpectedly finding some sort of financial success through it. But whatever this is for you, so what Spirit is saying here is stop looking only where you always looked. All right? Because your next opportunity may arrive through creativity, intuition, or some unconventional path. And I'm hearing your focus right now should be releasing expired structures and becoming open to new possibilities. Let me know in the comments, has this started happening for you already in the month of June? Or perhaps maybe it's still going to be coming. Let me know in the comments, beautiful souls. Share your thoughts in the comments. All right. What I'm getting also here from the astrology before we look at the next lot of cards, right? It actually makes perfect sense what is happening astrology, because we're having that full moon in Capricorn on the 29th, right? Which is exposing where maybe you've outgrown certain ambition goals or professional structures. Now, we do have that Mercury retrograde that's beginning in Cancer, right? Beginning in Cancer. It's happening also the 29th. So we got the full moon in Capricorn on the 29th, and we have a retrograde season that's starting on the 29th. And maybe you might just be reviewing your financial decisions during that time, maybe family influences around money, or maybe it's going to be an old emotional pattern that's connected to security. Now, the day after, we have Jupiter moving into Leo, as most of you know, right? So this is quite huge. Jupiter is the planet that expands whatever it touches. And Leo wants confidence. So I'm hearing that the more you believe in your gifts and allow yourself to be seen, the more abundance begins flowing in. So many of my Pisces, Aries, Cusp souls will may perhaps just really discover that confidence isn't confidence itself. It's actually going to become the money magnet, your confidence, increasing your confidence. That is going to be one of the keys here. Now, what in your life is essentially supporting your long-term prosperity? Okay, so we do have the Hierophant, Taurus energy, and we have the full Uranus energy coming through. This combination is so fascinating, right? Because Spirit is showing two energies that seem opposite, but actually work together perfectly. The Hierophant represents wisdom, structure, learning, discipline, and trusted foundations, right? And the Fool represents new beginnings, risk-taking, faith, and stepping into unknown territory. Your long-term prosperity is going to come from balancing both. You're not meant to stay trapped in the old systems forever, right? But you're also not meant to leap without preparation. What's really supporting your future wealth is everything that you've learned, every lesson, every mistake, every experience, every skill you've gained. I'm hearing that some of you are multi-skilled and you've got quite a lot of experiences in different areas of life regarding career and money, right? And nothing was wasted. All the skills that you picked up along your journey, or you will be picking up along your journey, nothing is wasted. Some of you don't even realize actually how much expertise, like, how can I say, that you've accumulated, a lot of experience and wisdom and expertise that you've accumulated. And what Spirit is saying, that you've already actually built more than you actually give yourself credit for. Now, the Fool was saying, taking that leap of faith, which is approaching, all right? A leap of faith is approaching. Not reckless, inspired, I'm hearing calculated, aligned. So what I'm seeing here is someone finally launching something that they've been preparing for, someone deciding to teach what they've learned, someone moving into a career path that feels more authentic, someone trusting a new opportunity despite fear. And prosperity really comes because you're carrying that wisdom into this new chapter. You're not starting from zero, you're starting from experience. Like, if we're just looking at the energy of July, all right, the month after June, all right, which we're basically moving into now. July is really bringing powerful movement. We have Mars, which is conjunct to Uranus in Gemini, which brings that unexpected opportunities, sudden ideas, and surprising changes. Even we're having Neptune, which turns retrograde in Aries, which might just be helping you see where maybe you've been doubting yourself. And that Cancer new moon on the 14th, which may just be encouraging you to plant seeds connected to creativity, self-expression, and emotional fulfillment. Now, things get very interesting end of July because we have Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, which is creating a powerful activation around expansion and future possibilities. Many of the Pisces, Aries, Cusp individuals may just receive signs confirming they're moving in the right direction. And I'm hearing here, pay attention to unexpected invitations, introductions, conversations, and opportunities. All right, so let's have a look at the next one. Thank you so much, beautiful souls, for hitting that like button. I really appreciate it. And leaving your thoughts in the comments. I really enjoy reading your comments. All right, so what practice will keep the abundance moving, all right, over the next 2 to 3 months or so, all right? So we do have the 5 of Wands reversed. So it came out reversed, and I was like, do I upright it? And the Spirit's like, no, it needs to be upright. And then we have the Knight of Cups, we have the 3 of Cups, and then we have the 2 of Cups, all right? This section is really beautiful with the cards that have come out, because Spirit is saying the abundance flows when you stop fighting everything, all right? 5 of Cups reversed, suggesting like releasing the unnecessary competition, the comparison, the conflict, all right? And it doesn't necessarily mean that you are competing with someone, but you know, sometimes we do internally compare ourselves without realizing it, all right? And maybe some of you have been measuring your journey against someone else's, and immediately that slows down your flow, all right? Like comparing someone else that is a bit more ahead of you. But your prosperity is unique. Each and one of you, your prosperity is unique. Your path is unique. We all are a Pisces, Aries, Cusp. Our charts are different. And each and every single one of us, our path is different. It's similar, but different. Our timelines are different as well. Now, what's coming out is next year is the Knight of Cups, all right? And I feel like this says that your abundance increases when you follow what genuinely inspires you. Notice what really lights you up inside. Notice what keeps calling you. Notice what ideas won't leave you alone. And even here with the 3 of Cups here, and even the 2 of Cups, all right? We've got 2 Cups energies coming out here, water energy coming out here. 32 could really be significant for someone out there. I'm hearing here with those 2 cards, relationships are incredibly important. I'm hearing community, collaboration, connection, supportive partnerships, networking, soul-aligned friendships, and Spirit's really showing me doors opening through people. Now, some of us tend to go into hermit mode and hide away and want to work alone because of past experiences in companies and working experiences and stuff where most of us have been a bit wounded, right? But it's time now to come out of hermit mode and start connecting again, all right? So Spirit is really showing me that doors are opening through people, not because you're forcing the outcomes, but because it's time to start aligning with authentic connections. Like one conversation, all right, really could lead to an opportunity. One friendship that really could lead to collaboration. One collaboration that could lead to income. One introduction could change just everything. The practice that keeps abundance moving is staying connected. Celebrating those wins, sharing ideas, building relationships, allowing support. Money likes movement and energy moves through connection. Very, very interesting. Thank you for again hitting that like button, beautiful souls. Let's have a look at the final message I'm getting here from Spirit. Here is any extra messages from your Spirit guides that I got out these 2 cards, the Queen of Cups and 2 of Wands. So your guides are ending this reading with a powerful reminder. The Queen of Cups, that is your Pisces side, and the 2 of Wands is your Aries side. This is literally your cusp energy coming through as your final message, all right? So the Queen of Cups is talking about trusting your intuition. The 2 of Wands is saying take action. Most people only do one, all right? But you are being asked to do both. Your intuition already knows where prosperity is trying to guide you. But the challenge is acting on what you know. So what Spirit is saying here is there are future versions of you already waiting beyond your comfort zone. The opportunities you're seeking exist in the territory you haven't yet explored. The Queen of Cups is like saying, you feel it, all right? You feel it, all right? And your angels are with you, all right? I'm hearing you, an earth angel. And Two of Wands, it says, move towards it. I'm seeing here someone receiving repeated intuitive nudges about business ideas, creative projects, investments in themselves, and some sort of major life change. Your guards are really bringing you back to your awareness because they just know what it could become. I'm hearing stop dismissing what keeps returning. If a vision won't leave you alone, there may just be a reason. Now, I'm also getting here August money magnet message for you, and it's a bit in the future. But what Spirit is saying in the month of August is where things become highly significant, because we're going to have that solar eclipse in Leo on the 12th of August. Now, I've already posted the 3-month outlook, right? So we can have an idea of what is happening in the next 3 months, because we're a little bit curious, but remember timelines shift, but it's just to get us an idea. And so again, that solar eclipse in Leo is really activating confidence, visibility, creativity, leadership, and personal power. That eclipse, all right, may really place some sort of opportunities directly in front of you that require courage. And then we have that Pisces lunar eclipse on the 28th, which is going to create a major release. So for many of you regarding finances, some sort of old financial identity is going to be ending. Whether this is an old fear, an old limitation, an old scarcity mindset. It could be an old story about what you deserve. I feel like those eclipses regarding your finances or money, it's going to feel like some sort of graduation, all right? That you cannot become the wealthy version of yourself while still carrying the belief of the version that struggled. And some of you are just about to realize that the biggest abundance block wasn't external. It was permission to receive, permission to charge forward, permission to be seen, permission to succeed. So the final message I'm getting for you, my beautiful souls, my Pisces, Aries, Cuspers, is that your money magnet energy for June through to August is not about chasing abundance. It's about becoming the version of yourself that can receive it. Release the things that have expired. Trust in the new opportunities. Value your gifts. Build meaningful connections. Follow your intuition. Take inspired action. Because, I mean, looking at the cards, showing me that what is leaving your life is really making room for much more prosperous, right? And many of you are really breaking through. The breakthrough that you've been really waiting for, many of you, it isn't somewhere how far away. It isn't about how far away. It's really around. It's already trying to find you. Okay, so I'm hearing regarding the money magnet, calling in money, maintaining the flow, increasing your finances, whatever it is that you're busy going through regarding your finances. I'm hearing trust the transformation. Big things are coming. Money is definitely going to be flowing in towards you. I'm sending you all so much love and light, and I'll definitely check you around in the next one. Hey, Aries, Taurus, Cuspers, what if the money you've been trying to attract is actually waiting for you to trust yourself more? Because Spirit is showing me that between now and August, abundance isn't coming through force. It's coming through alignment, confidence, and allowing yourself to receive. Welcome in, my beautiful souls. Thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments, and being subscribers here. Yeah, let's really dive in here to your money magnet reading and see what Spirit wants you to know about increasing financial flow and welcoming a greater prosperity into your life through June, July, August. So we're doing the next 3 months as each of your timelines are different. So we really like digging in here, something a little bit different. So the first question we're really asking Spirit for my Aries, Taurus, Cuspers is, where can you focus to welcome more flow right now? Well, we do have the Ace of Cups and we do have the Queen of Pentacles. This one is actually quite a beautiful combination here for a money reading, right? So what Spirit immediately is showing here is that your abundance isn't just connected to money itself. It's actually connected to your emotional relationship with receiving. Ace of Cups is overflowing energy, right? An open heart, an open vessel, a willingness to receive blessings. And I feel like many of you souls have become excellent at giving your time, giving your energy, giving support, giving solutions, giving effort. But Spirit's asking, how comfortable are you with receiving? Because some of you are maybe some of you unconsciously blocked abundance by maybe believing you always have to earn every blessing through a struggle. So what Spirit is saying here with the Queen of Pentacles is a confirmation that you already possess many of the qualities of a wealthy mindset. So you do already have that wonderful wealthy mindset, all right? Because the Queen of Pentacles is somebody that is grounded, resourceful, patient, and nurturing. She creates her stability, all right? Whether you're male or female, it's the energy that's coming through that you're somebody that creates stability and you understand value. And the focus right now is not about creating abundance from scratch, I'm hearing. It's more about recognizing abundance, building skills that you already have. So I'm actually seeing someone here that's already constantly helping everyone else build their dreams while maybe neglecting their own. I'm also getting somebody else that might just be sitting on a skill, a talent, or a business idea, or maybe a creative gift that could generate income, but maybe they've been treating it as just a hobby. So what I'm hearing is Spirit is showing me a garden, okay? The Queen of Pentacles doesn't panic because a seed isn't a tree yet, all right? She nurtures it, she waters it, and she trusts the process. So your abundance grows when you stop doubting what you've already planted, right? So let's dive deeper and have a look here. All right, Spirit is just pointing out the astrology as well is that the energy really aligns beautifully right with the astrology, okay? Because, you know, we did have Venus conjunct Jupiter in Cancer on the 9th, which did create some sort of opportunities for emotional fulfillment and abundance, all right? But perhaps you can let me know in the comment that it like planted seeds, all right? And also Chiron entered Taurus on the 19th of June, which feels especially significant here for you guys, my Aries, Taurus, Cusp souls. That transit may really expose old wounds around worthiness, security, self-value, and receiving support. Some of you may even realize that you've been actually carrying financial fears that may be orientated from years ago. And then a bit later on in June, on the 29th, we have that Capricorn full moon, right? Which eliminates your relationship with success and long-term goals. Now, at the same time, Mercury retrograde is also beginning on the same day, all right, in Cancer, which is encouraging you to maybe revisit old financial decisions and maybe even that emotional patterns around money. And then Jupiter the day after enters Leo, right, the 30th. This is where things are going to start expanding for you. And this is about your confidence. The more confidently you allow yourself to be seen, the more opportunities can really find you. So yeah, now we can really dive deeper. Looking at the cards, what in your life is essentially supporting your long-term prosperity? Well, we do have the King of Swords and the Chariot. So what Spirit is saying here is that the greatest asset isn't luck, it's your mind. Because the King of Swords tells me that you've developed some sort of wisdom through experience. You've learned some serious difficult lessons. You've become more strategic. You've become better at recognizing opportunities. You've become also more discerning about where you invest your time and your energy. And the Chariot is confirming that really determination, your determination is actually one of your greatest strengths. And many people normally would quit when things become challenging, but you don't, right? Even when you doubt yourself, even when the progress feels slow, even when nobody sees your efforts, all right, you just keep moving forward. So I'm hearing from Spirit. You can let us know in the comments if this is really clarity for you. And, you know, what's coming through here with this combination is that your long-term prosperity is being supported by your ability to make clear decisions and then staying committed to your goals. I'm seeing someone here looking back later and then realizing that consistency, not luck, but their consistency is what created their success. I'm also seeing somebody else here that they decide to take control, right, of their finances, on their financials, right, their finances, their money, instead of allowing fear or uncertainty to lead it. And with the Chariot coming through, you already have the reins, all right? You're already in the driver's seat. And I'm hearing also you far more in control of your financial future than you actually currently realize. I mean, if we're looking at next month energy, even with the astrology as well in July, all right, July is going to feel like a turning point for you with Mars conjuncting Uranus in Gemini, which really can bring some sudden ideas, opportunities, conversations, or even unexpected changes. And the energy really feels fast moving, that you may receive some sort of information that really changes your direction, or you may discover a new opportunity through networking or social media or learning or maybe even communication. And even with Neptune that is going in retrograde in Aries, which might just help remove some illusions, that you might start beginning to see where maybe you've been underestimating yourself. And even that Cancer new moon on the 14th of July, which really would encourage emotional security and then long-term planning. And then as we move towards the end of July, you know, we do have a Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, which really begin creating this powerful expansion energy for you. So some of you Aries, Taurus, Cusp souls may experience sudden breakthroughs after months of preparation. But the message is quite simple here for you is be ready. All right, when that opportunity appears, don't hesitate because of old fears. So what practice will keep the abundance moving, right? So interesting here, we have the Five of Swords, we have the Nine of Wands, we have the Four of Wands, and then we have the Page of Wands. A lot of fire energy coming through here in your reading, all right? And Spirit is basically saying here that abundance cannot thrive where survival mode is running the show. The Five of Swords talks about that some of you might still be carrying some sort of mental battles that just no longer serve you, the overthinking, the self-criticism, the comparing yourself to others, maybe replaying the old past mistakes, maybe trying to prove yourself. And the Nine of Wands is really showing that you have been through a lot. All right. Some of your financial caution comes from genuine experience. You've learned the difficult lessons. You've experienced the setbacks. You've had moments where things just didn't go according to plan. But what Spirit says, something here really important, is past disappointments are not predictions of the future, of future outcomes. All right. Because here's that Four of Wands here. All right, which really appears as a reminder to celebrate your progress. Many of you are many of you immediately move the goalpost, right? Whenever you accomplish something. So like you accomplish something and you move the goalpost, all right? And you really, most times you don't stop and acknowledge, see actually how far you've come, all right? So celebration is actually part of your abundance, all right? Gratitude creates the expansion. And even with this, this Page of Wands here, it says curiosity also keeps abundance moving. Trying new things, exploring new opportunities, following inspiration, you know, just staying open to learning. I'm actually seeing someone in my mind's eye who says yes to the small opportunities that eventually opens much bigger doors. The abundance practice that for you really is about releasing any fear-based thinking and then staying excited about what is possible. So we've got an extra message coming through here from Spirit as extra advice, okay, an extra message from your Spirit teams regarding the money magnet, okay. So Four of Pentacles, and then we got the Four of Wands. And this message is incredibly clear that your guides are actually showing a balance between protection and movement. So the Four of Pentacles says, be responsible with what you have, protect your resources, value your time, respect your energy, honor your worth. But the Eight of Wands says, don't grip so tightly that you block the flow. Money is energy, right? Energy is movement. So my Aries, Taurus, Cusp souls, some of you have become maybe so focused on avoiding loss that you may be unintentionally blocking some sort of growth, right? So Spirit says there is a difference between protecting abundance and then fearing abundance. I'm actually in my mind's eye seeing someone here that is hesitating to invest in themselves. Someone afraid to launch something, someone maybe waiting for the perfect condition, maybe someone delaying a decision because they fear making a mistake. Meanwhile, the Eight of Wands here is shouting, move, go, apply, launch, send that email, have that conversation, create that offer, share that idea. Just take that next step, because momentum creates the opportunity. Wow. And like August, your money magnet message I'm getting is that August feels like one of those important months for you of this entire reading. The reason why I'm saying is that solar eclipse that's in Leo on the 12th is really going to bring some major activations around confidence, visibility, leadership, and personal success. And many of you may receive opportunities that require you to step into a larger vision of yourself, a version of yourself, vision. And the eclipse energy feels like a spotlight, like on you, right? With that Leo energy on you. Some of you may finally receive recognition for something that you've been building behind the scenes. Others of you might just really launch a new chapter entirely. We do have that Pisces lunar eclipse as well on the 28th of August, which feels like some sort of release of fear, doubt, scarcity thinking, or maybe even old emotional baggage that is really connected to money. So the eclipses that are coming through saying, you don't need to become someone else to attract abundance. You just simply need to stop abandoning the vision of yourself, the version of yourself that already deserves it. All right. So I'm hearing here that your money magnet energy for June through to August is all about trusting your value. I mean, that Ace of Cups says, open up your heart. The Queen of Pentacles says, trust your ability to create the stability. The King of Swords is saying, think strategically. The Chariot says, focus on your destination. That Four of Pentacles here says, honor what you've built. And the Eight of Wands says, don't be afraid to move when opportunities arise. Spirit is really showing me abundance flowing towards you like water. But the flow increases the moment you stop questioning whether you deserve it, because you do, right? The opportunity coming between now and August, those opportunities are not random. They're responding to the version of you that's finally ready to receive more. I'm hearing trust yourself, trust the process, and most importantly, trust what you're building now, that it has the potential to create that lasting prosperity. So I'm sending you so much love and light. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments, being subscribers. And if you got any topic that you would like to dive in, put it down below in the comments. And if you would like to purchase a one question personal reading, the details are below in the comments. We do have the $8 special until the end of June. So I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll check you around. Hey, Taurus, Gemini, Cuspers. Spirit has one message for you before we even begin. Your next level of abundance is not going to be a solo journey. The money magnet energy surrounding you between now and August is really showing that the right people, the right conversations, and the right opportunities are about to become a part of your success story. Welcome in, beautiful Taurus, Gemini, Cusp souls. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting the like button and leaving a comment and becoming subscribers here. Let's really dive in here to your money magnet reading and see what Spirit wants to know about increasing financial flow, attracting prosperity, and really stepping into a greater abundance through June all the way to August. So we're just doing a 3-month overview because everyone's timelines are different. So where can you really focus to welcome more flow right now? So let's dive in. We do have the 3 of Cups. All right, and we have the 9 of Pentacles. 3s and 9s could be significant for someone, or perhaps the age 39 or just the number 39 could be significant for someone. The 3 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. So the first thing I'm hearing here from Spirit is stop trying to do everything alone. Like the 3 of Cups immediately speaks about community support, collaboration, friendship, networking, and people who genuinely want to see you succeed. You know, sometimes we think about abundance, we assume it's all about strategy, hard work, and finance. But here Spirit is showing something a little bit different. That your abundance is connected to people. The right conversations, the right introduction, the right collaboration, the right community, the right audience, and the right friendships, the right mentor. I mean, a 9 of Pentacles already tells me you're already much closer to financial independence than you actually realize. And, you know, this card really represents the rewards of past effort. The harvest, the results, you know, that fruit really appears on that tree. All right. Can you see the fruit on that 9 of Pentacles? All right. Many of you have been planting seeds for a long time. You've been learning, you've been building, you're creating, growing and improving. And Spirit's just saying now, allow yourself to receive support while the harvest arrives. I'm actually seeing someone here in my mind's eye that's being offered help, but instinctively saying, no, listen, I've got it. So Spirit says that's an old pattern. The new pattern is about allowing support to accelerate your growth. Another scenario I'm also seeing here of someone in my mind's eye coming through is someone that's joining a new group, a community, a class, or some sort of social platform, or it could even be a business circle, and then unexpectedly finding opportunities through connections. You know, your flow increases when you stop isolating yourself from people who are really meant to help you succeed. I mean, if I'm just looking at the June astrology, okay, we've already been through the June astrology, but Spirit is highlighting that new moon in Gemini for you guys around the 15th, which is already passed by the time you got this. And that new moon was really powerful for you guys because Gemini rules communication, networking, learning, social connections, and opportunities that really come through information. Maybe many of you might have received important news, invitation, ideas, or introductions around that time or a little bit after. I mean, the new moon is like 6 months after, right? A few days after. And it's a whole like a new 6-month cycle. So some between the new moon and after, or just before, somewhere around there. And even on the 28th, end of June, we have that Mars that's entering Gemini, which is creating momentum and movement. And you may suddenly feel motivated to take action on projects that have maybe been sitting on the sidelines. And then, as we know, Mercury is going retrograde on the 28th, right, in Cancer. So what Spirit is saying, don't fear this retrograde, all right? Use it. Connect with the old contacts, retrieve that old ideas, I'm hearing, review unfinished projects. I'm hearing some of your future abundance may actually come from something that you previously left. So let's dive deeper. What in your life is essentially supporting long-term prosperity? Well, we do have the King of Wands. This is a powerful card. The reason why I'm saying is your Spirit team says your greatest financial asset is your vision. The King of Wands is not someone that waits for permission, right? He doesn't wait for circumstances, the perfect circumstances. So this is about you stepping into your masculine fire energy, all right? Somewhere in your chart, you probably have a strong fire placement regarding finances. And Spirit is basically asking you to lead, to create, to inspire, to become someone that sees possibilities before other people do. You have vision. I'm hearing something about neurodivergent as well. It could be significant for someone as well. I'm hearing the reason your long-term prosperity is supported right now is because you have the ideas, the big ideas, all right? You think out of the box, all right? Some of you have been receiving intuitive downloads, creative inspiration, business concepts, or even future plans that have actually aligned with your prosperity path. And maybe the challenge is that sometimes, you know, your Taurus side, right, it wants security before movement. And then your Gemini side wants movement before security. So there's like that push and pull. And occasionally, those two sides argue with each other. So the King of Wands energy coming through saying, trust your leadership qualities. Trust your leadership, all right? You already know more than you think. You already have more wisdom than you give yourself credit for. I'm actually seeing in my mind as someone finally is stepping into a leadership role, all right? Launching something, teaching something, sharing knowledge, building a personal brand, starting a business, growing an audience, or maybe just taking ownership, you know, of your own expertise, all right? Like your prosperity is being really supported because you're learning to trust your own vision. Now, if I'm just looking at the astrology for the month of July, for next month, it actually feels quite exciting for you. The reason why I'm saying is Mars will also be conjuncting Uranus in Gemini the 14th. Oh, no, sorry, not the 14th, the 4th of July. All right. And happy 4th of July for those of you that are in the US. And that can really create sudden breakthroughs, surprising opportunities, unexpected messages, and innovative ideas. All right. Something may really happen quickly, like a door may just suddenly open, a conversation that changes direction, an opportunity that arrives unexpectedly. And then on the 14th, which I was jumping ahead to, which is the Cancer new moon on the 14th July, I'm hearing something about some supports. It's going to support communication for you, like planning, marketing, learning, and strengthening important relationships regarding finances and business, career, right? And towards the end of July, Jupiter begins forming that powerful connection with Uranus and Neptune. So that feels like an expansion through creativity and visibility for you. What Spirit is repeating here is don't hide. Whatever you do, don't hide. Because many of you are being now encouraged to become more visible, more vocal, more expressive, more willing to share your gifts. So let's dive in further and see what practice will actually keep the abundance moving. Well, we do have the Four of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Now, this one is actually one of the strongest financial combinations that you can receive. The reason why I'm saying is Spirit is coming through saying abundance grows through stewardship. The Four of Pentacles often gets misunderstood, right? As I've mentioned a few times, even I think in my previous weekly reading before you got this, people think it's about holding on too tightly. But in specifically your reading right now, Spirit is showing healthy financial boundaries, protecting resources, making wise choices, creating stability, managing money intentionally, all right? The King of Pentacles then expands this message, all right, which represents that long-term wealth, sustainable success, financial maturity, building something that lasts. It's not a quick win, right? There's no quick wins, not quick wins, not temporary gains also, but something I'm hearing solid. So the practice that will keep the abundance flowing will be about treating your finances like a future wealthy version of yourself would. All right, budgeting wisely, investing in yourself, building systems, all right, creating structure, honoring your resources. I'm actually seeing someone in my mind's eye here that is shifting from survival thinking into ownership thinking. Instead of asking, how do I get more money? You're going to start asking, how do I build lasting wealth? There's going to be a mindset shift that changes everything for someone here. All right, there's an extra message here that came through from your Spirit team. And we got the fours could really be significant for you guys. I don't know why I said the four, but 10 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles. Fours is very significant. Maybe it's going to be a synchronicity that you guys will be seeing over the next 4 months regarding your money and stability. What I'm getting here with this extra message from your Spirit team, and it's very beautiful because your guides are reminding you that true abundance is bigger than money. Ten of Cups speaks about fulfillment, joy, alignment, meaning, connection, life that actually feels good to live. And the Eight of Pentacles says mastery creates abundance. So I'm hearing whatever it is, keep improving your craft, keep learning, keep developing your skills, keep showing up, all right? Keep putting the work in, basically. And your spirit team is basically saying that some of you are really closer to mastery than you realize. And Spirit's actually showing me here someone is becoming exceptionally good at something over time. Not because of talent alone, but because of consistency. Day after day, week after week, month after month, all right? Eventually that consistency becomes valuable, all right? And eventually that value becomes profitable. So what I'm hearing is that your guides want you to know that abundance flows excellence. Continue refining your gifts, I'm hearing. The rewards are coming. The finances will be coming in. I'm hearing here for the month of August, when I'm looking at the astrology as well, is August will be a major activation month. It's eclipse season. Okay, so we got the solar eclipse in Leo on the 12th, which is encouraging you to step into greater visibility, confidence, leadership, and self-expression. And many of you, this eclipse may place some sort of opportunity directly in front of you that is going to requires courage to be seen, all right? So some of you may be asked to take center stage in something. This could be to speak up, to share your work, to launch your ideas, expand your reach. Okay, and then the next lunar eclipse is Pisces on the 28th, which brings a release. So there you'll probably, that old fears around belonging will be released, old doubts about value, old uncertainty about future paths. Something that you've outgrown is going to be leaving. And what remains is actually much closer to your, whatever remains is going to be much closer to your authentic vision. So what I'm getting here from Spirit is, you don't need to chase abundance when you're aligned with your purpose, all right? When you're aligned with your purpose, you don't need to chase. And the more aligned you become, the more opportunities naturally find you. So what Spirit is saying here for my Taurus, Gemini, Cuspers is your money magnet energy from June into August is going to be centered around connection, leadership, stewardship, and mastery. Going over these cards quickly again. So that Three of Cups over there says your abundance is linked to people. All right. The Nine of Pentacles says that your harvest is approaching. And that King of Wands over there, trust your vision. And then there's Four of Pentacles, honor your resources. Four of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, says keep building that long term. Keep building for long term. And the Ten of Cups reminds you that wealth means more than money. And the Eight of Pentacles is saying keep refining your gifts because mastery is becoming profitable. Spirit is showing me a bridge right now. One side, everything you've already learned. And then on the other side, the abundance that you've been calling in. And the bridge between them is quite simple. That trusting your vision, trusting your value, trusting your confidence and your connections, and keep showing up. Because the prosperity that you're building now has the potential to support you for years to come. So beautiful souls, thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments, being here and being subscribers. I'm sending you all so much love and light. If you feel called to share your thoughts in the comments, hey, do go ahead. I'm sending you love and light, and I'll check you around in the next one. Hey, Gemini, Cancer, Cuspers, Spirit has a surprising message here for you. The thing that's becoming your greatest money magnet isn't something you're gaining. It's something that you're finally leaving behind, because between now and August, I see old cycles ending, new confidence emerging, and abundance is flowing from a place of trust rather than survival. So welcome in, my beautiful Gemini, Cancer, Cuspers. Let's really dive in here to your money magnet reading and see what Spirit wants you to know about attracting greatest prosperity and financial flow through June to August. So where can you focus and welcome more flow right now? Let's really dive in, right? We've got the High Priestess and we've got Strength. Thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments, and being subscribers here. Really sharing your thoughts in the comments. I really do appreciate it. And let me know if the lighting is much better. I do appreciate it. Trust what you already know is what Spirit is saying here. The High Priestess is one of those most intuitive cards in the entire tarot. This tells me that many of you Gemini Cancer Cuspers have already been receiving guidance about their financial future. Wow. I'm hearing something about you've had repeated ideas, repeated dreams, nudges, signs. Perhaps it's thoughts about changing something, starting something, leaving something, investing in something, learning something. Okay, but whatever the reason you've been questioning yourself, for whatever reason Spirit's saying you've been questioning yourself, the Strength card says abundance enters when you stop fighting your inner wisdom. Strength isn't forced, right? Strength is self-trust. It's confidence. It's patience. It's knowing you don't need to control every outcome. I'm hearing here Spirit saying they're showing me here someone who already knows what direction they want to go financially, but maybe they keep questioning or asking for confirmation. I'm also hearing someone receiving an intuitive idea about a business, side income, create a project, or a career path, and they continually talking themselves out of it. But you already received the answer, I'm hearing. It's now just about trusting enough to follow it. Many of you, I'm hearing your next financial breakthrough begins the moment you stop doubting your own wisdom. I mean, if we're just looking at the end of June, the year astrology here, and it actually aligns perfectly with your energy here. I'm hearing with Mercury that enters Cancer. When Mercury entered Cancer on the 1st, it strengthened your intuition, your emotional intelligence, and your inner knowing. And then when we had that new moon in Gemini, on the 15th, between the 14th and the 15th, right, depending on where you're in the world, it created some sort of opportunity through communication, learning, networking, and fresh ideas. And then something important happens, right, because we're having that retrograde, all right, in Cancer on the 29th. And this feels deeply personal for you guys. The reason why I'm saying is this retrograde is not here to block you. It's actually here to help you revisit old decisions, old fears, old beliefs surrounding security and abundance. And even that full moon that we'll also be having that same day in Capricorn, right? It may expose where maybe you've been holding on to financial structures that no longer serve you, and it really becomes impossible to ignore. So let's dive deeper here in these cards. What in your life is essentially supporting a long-term prosperity? Now, Devil and the 10 of Swords. Very fascinating energy that came out here. The reason why I'm saying this is at first glance, it looks like it seems challenging, right? The Devil, right? And this is actually Capricorn energy coming through. And then we've got the 10 of Swords. But what Spirit's actually saying here, this is actually one of the strongest messages in your reading. The Devil represents patterns, attachments, limitations, old conditioning. And then the 10 of Swords is talking about an ending, that final chapter, the liberation after difficulty. Do you know what's supporting your long-term prosperity? The fact that you finally ending cycles that have held you back. Spirit is showing me someone breaking generational patterns, breaking that scarcity mindset, breaking fear of failure, breaking a pattern of settling for less than they deserve, breaking unhealthy financial habits. This pattern existed, the Devil says. But the 10 of Swords says, but it cannot continue. So many of you are reaching a point where old versions of yourself just can no longer travel into your future financial abundance. Okay? I'm seeing here someone who spent years believing money had to be hard. Years believing they had to struggle. Years believing they weren't good enough. And then suddenly they're beginning to question these stories. Those stories that you believed, someone here is questioning them. That questioning changes everything. Because once you see the chains, all right, that are holding you in place, you can remove them. And July is going to feel like a month of breakthrough for you. Because Mars that's entering a Gemini, creating movement, communication, decision-making, and then Mars conjunct Uranus on the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July for those of you that celebrate in advance. Could really bring unexpected news, opportunities, or sudden insights. Some of you may experience a moment where everything suddenly clicks. An answer you've been seeking appears. The direction becomes obvious, I'm hearing. Yeah, we also do have that Neptune retrograde in Aries, which might just help dissolve confusion. Whatever once felt uncertain really start becoming clearer. And the Mercury will go direct on the 23rd. That feels important because something that was delayed, misunderstood, or unfinished may finally begin moving forward. And what Spirit is showing me is a green light appearing where there was previously roadblocks. Okay, let's dive deeper here. The practice, what practice will keep the abundance moving? So we got the 7 of Swords reversed, and then we got the 3 of Cups. Okay, abundance. Spirit is saying abundance grows when you stop fighting every battle. Okay, so some of you may have been exhausting yourselves, defending, providing, protecting, carrying burdens that were just never meant for you, all right, that were not yours. And you don't need to convince everyone, Spirit is saying. You also don't need everyone to understand your vision. You don't need everyone's approval. Because the 3 of Cups here says your abundance grows through support, collaboration, friendship, and community. So this card is appearing in the money magnet reading because Spirit wants many of you to understand something really important, that money often arrives through people, right? Relationships, conversations, networking, opportunities shared by others. I'm seeing here someone receiving an opportunity through a friend, a recommendation, a referral, a collaboration, a conversation that unexpectedly opens a door. I'm hearing don't isolate yourself. Over these next 3 months, move away from isolating. Allow people to support you because the right people will align with you, right? If you've been isolating due to fear of past experiences, I'm hearing take one step at a time and get out. All right? The right people will align with you. Allow people to support you. Allow yourself to be seen. Allow yourself to receive help. Abundance practice is simple. Less struggle, more connection. That final message came through here from Spirit is the Page of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Right, so your guides are saying something very clear here, incredibly clear here. They are actually showing a powerful combination of inspiration and clarity. Page of Wands represents that new ideas, excitement, exploration, exploring, creative opportunities, fresh beginnings. But the Queen of Swords represents the wisdom, discernment, truth, clear decision making, right? So what Spirit is saying here is becoming a money magnet requires both dreaming boldly but thinking clearly, getting excited but staying focused, following inspiration but making really smart decisions. I'm actually seeing here someone is receiving an exciting opportunity soon. Within the next 3 months, you're receiving some sort of exciting opportunity. And whatever this opportunity is, you're going to know it's for you. And Spirit is saying, when the green light comes on, explore it. Ask questions, yes. Read the details, yes. Understand what you're agreeing to. This is not a season of impulsive decisions. It's a season of inspired decisions. There's a difference. So, in August, Okay, it feels very transformational for you. The reason why I'm saying it's eclipse season, we have the solar eclipse in Leo on the 12th, which is activating confidence, visibility, communication, personal power. Some of you may be pushed into leadership positions or opportunities that require you to use your voice. This eclipse energy, it feels very bold for you. It feels visible, empowering. And then we're going to have that Pisces lunar eclipse, right, on the 28th. And that eclipse feels deeply emotional. Spirit is showing old fears leaving, old stories ending, old doubts dissolving. Something that you've carried for many years might just finally be released. And with that release is going to make more room for abundance. Spirit's actually repeating a message in my head here that you cannot carry old scarcity beliefs into a prosperous future. Something is ending because something bigger is beginning. Your money magnet energy from June through to August is about trusting yourself. The High Priestess, trusting your intuition, the strength, your inner power. Trusting your inner power. The Devil and the Ten of Cups, allowing the old limitations to end. They are ending. Allow them. The Seven of Wands says, stop fighting battles that drain your energy. And the Three of Cups says, allow the correct support to enter your life. And the Page of Wands says, follow new opportunities. And the Queen of Swords says, make those clear decisions. Spirit is showing me you unlocking that door and opening it. The interesting thing is that nobody else has the key, but you did. You do have that key. And the key is your self-trust. The key will be releasing the old fears. The key will be believing that the abundance can carry and arrive different than it has in the past. And once those doors open, because you open those doors, everything begins moving faster. Trust what you know. Trust what keeps calling you forward, and trust that prosperity that you are building now is leading you towards a future that looks very different from the one that you're leaving behind. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll check you around in the next one. Hey, my beautiful Cancer and Leo Cusp souls. Your money isn't waiting for you to work harder. I'm hearing is waiting for you to own your power. I feel like the next 3 months that we're diving into, which your timelines are different, right? So we're looking at the next 3 months, right, from now until around August. And it's really showing me that abundance is increasing the moment that you stop hiding your gifts and really start leading with confidence. So let's dive in. Thank you for being here. Thank you for hitting that like button and leaving comments. I really appreciate it. And here comes that Leo card out here, the Sun. Oh, I don't want it. Why doesn't want to pick up? Okay, there we got it. Thank you for hitting that like button, beautiful souls. Okay, so Leo and Aries energy coming out. And Aries could really be significant, or maybe you've got strong Aries placements in your chart. I feel like this is like big leadership energy, right? Like Spirit is showing me abundance isn't hiding from you. It's actually trying to find a stable place to land. I mean, the Sun, what is Sun, right? The Sun represents visibility, confidence, success, and just allowing yourself to be seen, right? Really stepping into your Leo energy. And then the Emperor represents structure, authority, ownership, and long-term planning. Strong fire energy coming out. So this cards together, I'm hearing, stop treating your talents like a side note. All right. There may be something that you've been naturally gifted at for a very long time. And people recognize it. Friends notice it. Family notice it. Strangers notice it. But maybe you've been acting as if it's originally because it comes easy to you. It's like, let's say you're a mechanic and you've been working on cars for years, since maybe you were a teenager. Example, right? It doesn't have to be that you are a mechanic. It's just an example, right? And Spirit's like, no, that's the thing, all right? Your abundance is connected to stepping into authority around something that you already know how to do. Some of you, this could look like maybe it's starting your own business, raising your prices, applying for leadership positions. Maybe it's teaching others what you're good at. Maybe it's creating content, launching services, becoming more visible online. But whatever that thing is that you're good at, right? Start doing something like along that line. Maybe like if you are good at being a mechanic, maybe it's time to start teaching it, right? Yeah, and the sun definitely wants more exposure, where the emperor wants ownership. So I'm hearing money begins flowing more freely when you stop waiting for permission. So I'm actually seeing here someone asks you for help with something that you've done 100 times over, all right? 100 times before. And instead of giving away your expertise for free, all right, like you always do, you're always giving that advice away for free, or how to change that brakes for free, or how to really reset that handbrake the right way. Maybe it's time to create a package and offer a consultation or service around it, all right? And what felt casual suddenly really becomes an income. So that's the energy that I'm really seeing. So let's dive in further here, beautiful souls. Again, thank you for hitting that like button. And I'm sorry I'm using the mechanic scenario, but it's just what's coming out to me, right? It could be anything. Maybe it's accounting. Maybe it's content creating, right? Like whatever it is. Maybe it's advertising. But yeah, let's dive further in here. What is your life? What in your life is essentially supporting your long-term prosperity? So as you can see, we have this beautiful 10 of Cups. And it's not about building alone, because this is showing emotional support, community, friends, soul connections, and people who genuinely want to see you succeed. Sometimes we think money comes from only strategy, all right? But this card says abundance is also being supported by the relationships around you, the people around you, the right people that are opening doors, all right? The right people open doors. The right conversations create those opportunities. The right emotional support is helping you keep going when things get difficult. Some of you maybe have a partner or a friend or a mentor or a client or an audience, or maybe it's even a family member who has maybe been quietly encouraging you. And I'm hearing, don't underestimate the valuable, the value, how valuable this support has been, all right? And I'm hearing over the next 3 months, Spirit really wants you to pay attention to connections. Because I'm hearing like the July Cancer new moon, all right, is going to highlight something about home, emotional security, and trusted relationships. And even that August Leo eclipse is highlighting visibility for you and personal power. So I'm hearing together they're creating this bridge between support and success. Someone here might have some sort of like a casual conversation with someone that you trust. And it's going to turn into some sort of recommendation, a collaboration, a referral, maybe a job opportunity, or maybe it's going to be a client lead or an introduction. Whatever that connection is, it's going to become the catalyst. So let's dive further. What practice will keep the abundance moving? Well, interesting that we do have the Devil and the Ace of Swords. So Capricorn air energy could be significant in your chart. I'm hearing this. All right, so we just had a pause there for a minute. This combination feels incredibly powerful because the Devil isn't always about negativity, right? In a money reading, it often reveals the unconscious attachments, those fears, limiting beliefs, or that unhealthy financial habits. But with the Ace of Swords right with it, right, it's saying that it's cutting through the illusions. So what Spirit is saying here is abundance increases when you become radically honest with yourself. Perhaps you can ask yourself, where are you undervaluing yourself? Where are you operating maybe from a place of fear? Where are you maybe staying small because success feels intimidating? Or maybe even like, what stories about money are you still carrying? Because I'm hearing in the next few months it's going to bring really a lot of opportunities to rewrite those stories. Because the Ace of Swords says clarity is Ace of Swords says clarity is your money magnet. Clarity is your money magnet. Not wishful thinking, not avoidance, but clarity, clear process, clear goals, clear decisions, clear boundaries, clear communication. I'm hearing the moment confusion leaves, the flow is going to increase. So I'm hearing for someone here, you might just review your finances, your business plans, pricing structures, maybe some sort of debt situations, if that is a situation happening right now. Maybe it's something around saving goals, saving your finances, saving goals, or maybe something about an income strategy. And instead of feeling trapped, I feel like you'll feel empowered because you know exactly what needs to happen next. So I'm hearing clarity becomes your momentum. Let's have a look at this extra message that I pulled for you guys here for each cusp sign. We got extra message from Spirit as extra guidance regarding your income flow. So we have the 7 of Pentacles, 2 of Cups, 10 of Wands, and then we have the Hangman reversed. All right, so let's really dive into this message because I feel like your guys are showing something really important here, that yes, you have been carrying some sort of responsibilities that don't fully belong to you, because you know the 10 of Wands here says that you've been stuck in a cycle where you may be sacrificing your own progress while maybe trying to hold everything together. So what Spirit is saying is stop being everyone else's solution, right? Because yeah, there's that 2 of Cups, right? And I feel like that 2 of Cups is saying true abundance isn't about also doing everything alone, all right? It's about healthy partnerships, healthy support, healthy exchanges. Maybe it is with your spouse or your partner maybe, or a business partner, or just a healthy collaboration, right? But 7 of Pentacles, interesting. I thought it was a 7 of Wands. 7 of Pentacles, or I don't know, I'm getting the 7 of Wands energy as well. So I'm getting a 7 of Wands energy, something about protecting your finances, all right, like boundaries regarding finances, like if people are asking for money, that kind of energy. But this is a 7 of Pentacles, right? So I feel like with the 7 of Pentacles says your efforts are already producing results. Yeah, definitely partnership matters. But 10 of Wands, again, I'm getting something about you don't have to overextend yourself. All right, this 10 of Wands, not 10 of Wands, the Hangman reversed. I'm getting the energy of time to stop waiting. There's a strong message here about receiving support. Okay, maybe some of you have been trying to do everything yourself, managing every detail, handling every responsibility, maybe handling every responsibility, solving every problem. I'm getting something about your guides are encouraging you to encouraging delegation more. All right, like let's say, yeah, delegation, collaboration, and strategic partnership. Sometimes becoming a money magnet, right, isn't about doing more. Sometimes it's just about allowing the right people to help. Yeah, I mean, look, there's that 2 of Cups there, right? Powerful connection that may really play an important role with your financial growth between July and August. I'm hearing here, pay attention to people who genuinely want to work with you, support you, and build something alongside you. I'm hearing really your abundance isn't asking you to become someone else. It's more about asking you to become more of who you already are. Because, I mean, the sun there, right? It says, shine. Shine your light. Shine. Be seen. The Emperor says, lead. The 10 of Cups says, tell yourself, trust your support system. Okay. And then the Ace of Swords says, tell yourself the truth. And the 7 of Pentacles says, efforts are working. And that energy of that 7 of Wands, putting boundaries up regarding finances also. Yeah, and you're not meant to build your finances alone. You're not meant to do this alone. There's supposed to be a partnership or a spouse or somebody that's building with you. Doesn't have to be. It could be a business partner as well. And that hangman here in reverse here, I'm really getting the energy of stop waiting for permission. The energy from late June through to August is really pushing you towards greater visibility, greater confidence, a greater financial alignment. Like your money magnet energy strengthens every time you choose to trust yourself over that doubt. That doubt that's playing in your background, all right, ignore it. The opportunities are already moving towards you. Now it's just time for you to move towards them. So beautiful souls, thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments, being subscribers here. And I'm sending you all so much love and light, and I'll check you around in the next one. Hey, Leo, Virgo Cuspers, I'm hearing your money energy is really powerful right now. Like what Spirit is showing me is that abundance isn't looking for you to become someone else. It's looking for you to finally use what you already have. So let's really dive in here and see how you're becoming a true money magnet between now and August. Thank you for coming in here and hitting the like button, leaving comments, and being subscribers. Let's have a look here, the money magnet between June and July, my beautiful Leo Virgo Cuspers, is if you found this reading, trust that there's a reason, right? This is not simply about money showing up overnight. Like what Spirit's talking about is becoming the version of yourself that naturally attracts opportunities, resources, support, clients, promotions, and financial growth. What really stands out immediately in this reading is full of that ignition energy, that many of you are really stepping into a completely different financial chapter. And the astrology really does support this because, I mean, we have that Jupiter entering Leo at the end of June, activating confidence, visibility, leadership, creativity, and also that personal expansion. And I feel like throughout July and August, we're going to see that powerful Leo energy building towards also that solar eclipse that we have in Leo on the 12th of August. So many of you, I feel like my Leo Virgo Cuspers, that Spirit is saying, stop waiting, start creating. So yeah, let's have a look here at the cards. Where can you focus to welcome more flow right now? Well, we do have the Magician, all right? And we also do have the Ace of Pentacles. And wow, this is like a really very, very strong energy coming through for a money magnet combination that you could actually receive, because what Spirit is really showing here is that your abundance isn't hidden. It isn't blocked. It isn't somewhere far away. It's sitting inside your current skills, talents, knowledge, experience, creativity, and ideas. And with the Magician, I feel like what Spirit is emphasizing is use what you already have. And the Ace of Pentacles says there is a real world opportunity available to you. And many of you may be looking for some sort of massive breakthrough, maybe a new certification, a new course, a new strategy, a new sign. Meanwhile, Spirit might just be pointing something already that's in your hands to you. This could be a business idea, a side hustle, content creation. It could be coaching, maybe teaching, healing work, writing. It could be sales, leadership, social media, some sort of skill that you have developed over the years. So the message is quite simple here, that you already possess enough to start attracting new income. I'm seeing someone here that has spent years helping friends solve problems. People constantly asking them for advice, and people tell them, you're good at this, all right? And yet they never really consider turning that knowledge into a paid service. Then one day they just decide to offer something a little bit simple, like a consultation, a workshop, a digital product, maybe a coaching package. And then suddenly money begins flowing from something they were already naturally doing. That's the energy that's coming through. The opportunity isn't coming from nowhere. It's actually coming from recognizing your own value. And I mean, even the astrology that's happening right now is really confirming this. You know, we had that Gemini new moon mid-June, which is at planting the fresh ideas and possibilities. Mars entering Gemini on the 28th, right, of June, with regards to sudden ideas become action. And you'll really notice yourself feeling more motivated, more courageous, more willing to experiment, maybe even more eager to launch something. And by the time that Jupiter does enter Leo on the 30th of June, I feel like something about your confidence really will begin expanding during that time, and doors will just open when you doors will open when you stop doubting yourself. So what in your life is actually supporting along this long-term prosperity? And Spirit really gave us 3 cards here. The Ace of Swords, so you got already 2 aces in your reading. We got the 3 of Cups, and we have the 7 of Cups here. And this is quite fascinating that Spirit really gave us 3 cards here, all right? Because your prosperity is about being supported through a combination of clarity, communication, community, hearing also, and possibilities. Like the Ace of Swords says that you've gained important wisdom recently, that you learned something, you've seen something, you've had a realization about something, and you're just no longer thinking the way you did 6 months ago. And I'm hearing connections is really important, and collaboration is important, network is important, support systems matter. Now, the 7 of Cups here, many readers they see this card as confusion, which it can be. But in this position, Spirit is showing something different. This is potential, like options, possibilities, multiple pathways that are really opening up for you. I'm hearing you're not limited to one source of income. You're not limited to one opportunity. You're not limited to one version of success. So let's say here, like someone believes their only financial future depends on one job. Then they start meeting new people, they learn new skills, a friend introduces them to another opportunity, a hobby becomes profitable, a side project gains momentum. Suddenly they realize there are 5 different ways money can flow. So I'm hearing this prosperity wasn't created overnight. This prosperity is coming from expanding the possibilities, and that is exactly what a Spirit is showing here. All right, what does Spirit want you to know? I'm hearing here to really stop dismissing opportunities simply because they don't arrive in the form that you expected. Your blessing may just come or arrive through some sort of conversation, a collaboration, a recommendation, a chance meeting, maybe even a social connection. I'm hearing stay open. So what practice will keep the abundance moving? Well, Queen of Cups. This is beautiful because what Spirit is saying here is abundance increases when you stay connected to your intuition. Because the Queen of Cups, she is not somebody that forces, she doesn't chase, she listens, she feels, she trusts. And I feel many of you do tendency to overthink. Maybe you analyze every possibility, you want certainty, you want guarantee, you want the perfect plan. But Spirit's saying your intuition already knows or is showing you where money is. And maybe the challenge could be just trusting it. Imagine receiving a strong feeling about something, maybe about starting a project or contacting someone or applying for something or creating content or changing a direction. Logically, it doesn't make sense, yet there's a feeling that won't leave. And then months later, you actually realize that intuitive nudge was actually the beginning of a major financial opportunity. This Queen of Cups energy, I'm hearing your intuition is becoming one of your greatest financial assets. I mean, if we're looking at July and August energy, during July, Mercury retrograde, right, in Cancer, may slow maybe some plans down temporarily. And if that happens, I'm hearing don't panic. Use that time to refine, review, adjust, prepare. Because I'm hearing August is going to arrive with a tremendous activation. August 12th, we have that solar eclipse in Leo, right? Which really feels powerful for you. And what Spirit is showing me is spotlights, right? Recognition, visibility, growth. Like people really noticing your gifts. People will be noticing and seeing your value. Something that you've been quietly building could really receive significant attention during the next 2 months. Like especially in August, I'm hearing. Now, your extra message here we have from your Spirit team regarding becoming a money magnet here is the Eight of Wands and the Hangman. Now, this part actually makes me smile. The reason why I'm saying this is Spirit is saying here, the thing that you've been waiting for may already be moving. Eight of Wands brings out rapid movement, right? Messages, opportunities, momentum, progress, unexpected developments. But now the Hangman is also here, right? So Spirit is maybe just saying, if you don't see movement, because many of you maybe don't see movement because you may be focused on something that hasn't happened yet. So I'm hearing you looking at the delays, and Spirit is saying, look at the progress. I actually am hearing something here that I'm hearing stop measuring your future by today's current circumstances. That you may think nothing is changing. Meanwhile, Spirit's actually rearranging things behind the scenes. That conversations are happening, doors are opening, people are noticing, opportunities are forming. You simply just cannot see the pieces all yet. I'm also seeing someone here, I'm getting this image here of planting seeds in the garden. For weeks, nothing happened, right? And then you begin thinking nothing is happening. And then one morning, there's like a small green shoot that emerges from this plant the seed that you planted, right? Growth was happening actually the entire time. It wasn't fully like visible yet, but that is your money energy, right? And Spirit says keep planting, keep showing up, keep creating, keep believing, because the results are actually closer than they actually appear. Well, my beautiful Leo Cuspers, Virgo Cuspers, you are not entering a season of lack. You are entering a season of activation. That Magician and that Ace of Pentacles are literally your headline cards here. It means that abundance is connected to your gifts, your skills, your voice, your creativity, and your willingness to take action. The biggest shift between June and August is not really money itself. It's your belief that you are capable of creating it. And once that belief becomes stronger, the opportunities really begin multiplying. And your Spirit guides, they want you to remember, all right, that you are not waiting for abundance to choose you. You are becoming the person that naturally attracts it. And that is exactly what makes a money magnet. Beautiful souls, thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments, and being subscribers here at the Mystical Wolf Soul Tribe. And I'll definitely check you around in the next one. Love and light, beautiful soul. Hey, my Leo, why am I saying Leo? Okay, something about a Leo. I meant to say, hey, my Virgo Libra Cuspers. What if the money you've been chasing is actually waiting for you to finally recognize your own value? Because your cards are showing here that abundance isn't hiding from you anymore. It's responding actually how boldly you're willing to step into your worth. So welcome in, my beautiful Virgo Libra Cuspers. If you've been wondering why financial flow feels inconsistent, or why opportunities seem to come close but not fully land, Spirit has a very clear message today. The energy between late June to July, August is really showing a powerful shift in your relationship with abundance. I'm hearing this is not the energy of lack that's coming through. This is the energy of becoming visible. So let's dive in here and see what does Spirit want you to focus on to welcome more flow right now. So interesting enough, we have the Empress, we have the Six of Wands, And we have the Knight of Swords. All right. Earth, fire, and air. Leo energy is very, very significant for you, I'm hearing. This combination is very powerful. The reason why I'm saying is, if we're starting here looking at the Empress card, right, the energy tells me abundance begins with self-worth. And the Six of Wands, Leo energy, tells me abundance grows when you're willing to be seen. And the Knight of Swords tells me abundance accelerates when you stop overthinking and take action. Some of you have been maybe hiding your gifts, and maybe you've got strong Leo placements. Maybe you can let me know in the comments. Somebody here has got strong Leo placements, or I'm hearing something about the Leo activations. Is going to be very helpful for you at this time. And we do have a lot of big Leo shifts, all right? Some of you maybe been hiding your gifts, and you're maybe been perfecting something behind the scenes, waiting until it's flawless before sharing it. And I'm hearing here, stop waiting. Because the Empress, all right, she doesn't, whether you're male or female, is not somebody that chases abundance. It's somebody that attracts it because they know their value. And the Six of Wands talks about recognition, praise, visibility, and success. And people need to know what you do. Yeah, people need to know what you do. People need to see your talents, I'm hearing. And the Knight of Swords is arriving saying it's time now to move. I'm hearing this isn't the season for hesitation. This is a season for applying for that opportunities, launching that offer, or posting a content, or sending that proposal, or having that conversation, sending that application, introducing yourself, making that call. Because I'm hearing here between late June and August, the astrology really supports this beautifully, right? Like I said, a lot of things happening in Leo. We got that Jupiter entering Leo at the end of June, activating confidence, visibility, leadership, and personal magnetism, right? And throughout July and August, that Leo energy is becoming stronger and stronger. So I'm hearing here Spirit saying, showing me someone who has been saying, I'll do it when I'm ready. But the message is, you become ready when you're doing it, taking that action. Someone here may suddenly decide to start sharing their work online after months of hesitation. Maybe it's a creative project that gains attention, or a promotion conversation that finally happens. Someone influential might not just notice your talents, or maybe it's going to be a client that recommends you to someone else. I'm hearing an opportunity arrives simply because you're finally allowing yourself to be visible. Your money magnet energy grows when your confidence becomes visible. So what in your life is essentially supporting your long-term prosperity? Now, this is interesting. The Two of Swords, right? Almost say Two of Wands. Maybe it'll turn into the Two of Wands. Two of Swords, and then we have the Star. So at first glance, like the Two of Swords looks like a block, all right? But I'm hearing it isn't a blockage here. It's preparation. That some of you have spent months or maybe even years weighing options. You're gathering that information, learning, observing, studying, thinking through all those possibilities. And maybe some of you felt frustrated because things didn't move as quickly enough. But here's that star, all right, that says every delay has been guiding you towards alignment. The star is one of the most beautiful, abundant cards because it represents faith, vision, purpose, and divine timing. I'm hearing your long-term prosperity is being supported by your ability to envision the future that is even bigger than your current circumstances. Because the star tells me many of you Virgo Libra Cusp souls have not given up despite the setbacks. That resilience is becoming an asset. There's also something important here about, I'm hearing your intuition, that you don't need every answer before moving forward. You only need enough clarity for the next step. And I think that is where that Two of Wands come in, about taking that action, all right, on that decision. That intuition that you have regarding making a choice. And the star is saying also here, trust the direction even when you cannot fully see the entire road. Take action, right? I'm actually seeing here some of you may suddenly realize why maybe some sort of previous opportunity didn't work out. Maybe it was a delayed project that began now moving again. Or maybe it's an idea that you've been carrying for months that suddenly finds the right audience. I'm hearing someone you meet in July or August may become a very important connection for your future's prosperity. The thing that's really supporting your abundance is not what you've already built. I'm hearing it is about the vision that you've refused to abandon. So what practice will keep the abundance moving? So we got the Magician, and it says it all on its own, right? Spirit cannot be more direct than this, all right? That's why we didn't get another card out, all right? The practice is conscious manifestation through action. The Magician is not sitting around waiting for miracles. The Magician works with what they already have that's available, that already things that are available. So this card is asking you to become intentional with your energy, your thoughts, your words, your habits, your routines, your decisions. And Spirit is showing here that your manifestations actually accelerate when your actions match your intentions. If you desire financial freedom, your daily actions are supporting that vision. If you desire growth, you're actually creating space for that growth, right? If you desire abundance, you are treating yourself as someone who expects abundance. So the Magician Gemini energy is coming through to remind you that you already possess more resources actually than you think. More knowledge, more skills, more wisdom, more connections, more opportunities. You don't need another sign, I'm hearing. You just need to start using what's already in your hands, that's already available to you. And even July's Mars activity that's happening in Gemini is really going to create momentum and movement. And August Leo solar eclipse opens powerful manifestations, portals around confidence, creativity, leadership, and visibility. So the Magician is just saying here, use these energies intentionally. If you feel called to write a plan, speak the goal, take the action, and repeat. I'm seeing someone here that will create a simple daily abundance practice. That someone here is going to begin tracking their goals. They're going to start networking consciously, and they will start finally using a talent that they've actually underestimated. That a small action is going to create this surprisingly large financial opportunity. And your final message here from your spirit team, your extra message, we have a Justice and the Page of Swords, that your guides are very clear here that you're entering a phase where truth equals income. Justice says that your financial flow is directly tied to honesty in agreements, fairness in your boundaries, a balance between giving and receiving. And with the Page of Swords, you're being asked to observe everything, especially patterns around communication, pricing, and how you explain your value. I'm hearing something about a conversation, a message, or an opportunity which comes in between July and August, where you need to stand really firm on what is fair. I'm hearing not aggressive, not emotional, just very clear. And once you do, I'm hearing that your energy recollaborates, right? And the money flows that alignment. So I'm hearing, yeah, as with that Jupiter and Leo, end of June. End of August is very significant for you guys. But that Jupiter that's entering Leo, end of June, your financial energies can become louder, bolder, and more visible. I'm hearing here that the lesson is don't just shine, position yourself correctly. Because the Empress is about value, the Star is about faith, the Magician is about action, and Justice is about alignment. So I'm hearing you don't chase money anymore, you become the reference point it moves towards. So beautiful souls, let me know in the comments. Thank you for liking the video, being subscribers here, and I'll definitely check you around in the next one. Love and light, beautiful. Your next level of abundance isn't hiding from you. Libra, Scorpio, Cuspers, is waiting for you to stop fighting for every option and choosing the one that truly aligns. Welcome in, my beautiful Libra, Scorpios. Thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments, and being part of the Mystical Wolf Soul Tribe, being subscribers. Let's look at the energy surrounding your money flow, abundance, prosperity, and what Spirit wants you to know as we move from the final week of June into July and August. What really stands out immediately is that this reading isn't showing a lack of opportunities. It's showing abundance of opportunities. And the challenge isn't attracting more. The challenge is deciding where your energy actually belongs. As we're moving into that Mercury retrograde at the end of June, we have Jupiter entering Leo and major Leo energy that's building throughout July and August. You're going to be entering a season where your confidence, visibility, and leadership is really becoming directly that is connected to your financial growth, I'm hearing. Let's really dive in. Where can you focus to welcome flow right now? Well, we do have 5 of Wands. And we have the 7 of Cups. 5s and 7s could really be significant for some of you. Perhaps the number 12 could be significant, or even the number 3 could be significant for some of you. And this feels like a little bit of scattered energy, a little bit in too many directions. What Spirit is showing me here is someone who has several ideas, several possibilities, several dreams, several projects, or maybe several people giving advice. Everyone seems to have an opinion. Every path seems possible. And that's exactly perhaps maybe why you're feeling a little bit stuck. Like the 5 of Wands, it says there's too much internal competition happening. Now, the 7 of Cups is giving the energy of maybe too many options being entertained at once. And I'm hearing you don't need another opportunity. You just need clarity. For some of you, this may look like starting 3 different business ideas, but finishing none. Constantly changing your strategy, watching everyone else succeed, and then comparing your journey. Or becoming distracted by quick money ideas. So what Spirit is saying, choose one path and connect long enough to see results. Because right now I'm hearing your energy is flowing into 10 different directions. Imagine trying to water 10 gardens with one small watering can and then none of them thrive. Now imagine just choosing one. Everything changes. So I'm seeing here someone that's opening social media and seeing 5 different people making money 5 different ways. One person says invest, one person says start a business, one person says create content, one person says sell a service, one person says build passive income, and then suddenly you're feeling overwhelmed. What Spirit is saying is your prosperity begins the moment you stop looking left and right and then focus on your lane. So let's dive further in here and see what is supporting your long-term prosperity. So interesting, we have the King of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. This is beautiful. You actually have both the wisdom and the inspiration needed to build wealth. King of Pentacles is someone that is, but it represents stability, maturity, patient, long-term financial success. So you could have strong earth placements in your chart. And then we also do have the Page of Wands, represents fresh ideas, curiosity, passion, and new beginnings. So together they do create this powerful message here. You already have the foundation. Now you're just being encouraged to trust the new inspiration that is arriving. I'm hearing many of you will be entering a season where a seemingly small idea could grow into something much bigger. Now, the Page of Wands isn't concerned with perfection energy, all right? It's somebody that follows the spark. Because the King of Pentacles is here, and Spirit says the spark has long-term potential. So I'm seeing here someone that might casually mention an idea to a friend. Maybe it's a service, maybe it's content, maybe it's a side project, maybe it's a creative skill. Someone immediately responds. You should actually do that. And I'm hearing don't dismiss those moments. The seeds that you're holding now could become the tree you sit under later. Thank you for hitting that beautiful souls. Thank you for hitting that like button. All right, here is the Queen of Wands and the Ten of Cups, like the practice that will keep the abundance moving. So I'm hearing confidence, visibility, joy, authenticity. So the Queen of Wands is someone that doesn't attract abundance because she chases it. She attracts abundance because she fully embodies her value. So I'm hearing show up, speak up, share your gifts, allow yourself to be seen. Excuse me. And then the Ten of Cups reminds you that abundance isn't only money. The energy of gratitude, emotional fulfillment, community, family, and genuine happiness creates an energetic environment where prosperity can grow. I'm hearing what Spirit is saying here, that your financial flow increases when your life feels aligned, not just productive. So I'm hearing something about, notice how opportunities seem to appear when you're relaxed, when you're inspired, laughing, and connected with people you love. And just really and genuinely enjoying life. Then compared to the times when you're stressed, you're forcing the outcomes and obsessing over money. The energy feels completely different, right? So these two cards together saying is basically, stop acting like abundance only exists in the future. I'm hearing here, create moments of abundance now. All right, let's have a look at your final message here from your spirit team regarding becoming a money magnet here. The Sun, Death, and Five of Pentacles. Double fives could be significant for someone out there. Change. This is very powerful because your guides are showing a major transformation around old disappointments. There's something that you've been grieving. Maybe it's a financial loss. Maybe it's a missed opportunity. Maybe something that didn't work out the way you hoped. Now, the Five of Cups says part of your energy is still looking backwards. But we have Death here, and Death says that chapter is ending. Finally, completely. And yeah, the Sun. The Sun is your first card here, is actually one of the strongest abundance message in the whole entire reading. That your guides are saying, you cannot carry yesterday's disappointment in tomorrow's prosperity. That the breakthrough comes when you stop identifying with what didn't happen, because I'm hearing something brighter is trying to emerge. So I'm seeing someone here who once invested their heart, their energy, their time and money into something that didn't really succeed. And since then, they've become cautious, more guarded, more hesitant. And what Spirit's saying is the lesson has been learned, that you don't need to keep reliving it. I'm hearing that July and August brings a lot of opportunities that look very different from the past. And they cannot fully enter while you still emotionally living in the old story. My Libra Scorpios, your abundance is not blocked. It's being redirected. And I'm hearing that the end of June helps you clear some distractions. July will help you step into greater visibility and confidence. And August is going to bring major transformation and powerful revelations around what truly deserves your energy. I'm hearing your money magnet energy activates when you stop comparing yourself to others. You choose clarity over endless options. You choose new ideas. Oh, I'm hearing trust the new ideas that are arriving. You allow yourself to be seen, you release old disappointments, and you believe that the future can be better than the past. So, Spirit's really repeating one message here, is that the abundance that you're seeking is not on the other side of the decision. Choose your path, trust your value, and watch what begins to flow. Beautiful souls, thank you for hitting that like button. Let me know in the comments. Thank you for hitting that subscription button if you haven't yet, and I will check you around in the next one. Scorpio, Sagittarius. What if the very thing you've been trying to avoid is actually the doorway to your next level of abundance? What Spirit is really showing me here is that money isn't being blocked because opportunities aren't there. It's being delayed because a transformation is asking you for your attention first. Welcome in, my beautiful Scorpio, Sagittariuses. Thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments, and hitting that subscription button. And those of you that are subscribers, thank you for being here and your support. Let's really look deep here and see what Spirit wants you to know about becoming a stronger money magnet and increasing your financial flow through June, July into August. The energy coming through immediately feels powerful because there's a lot of leadership energy in this reading. We have multiple kings showing up, which is telling me this isn't just about luck. This is really about stepping into authority, maturity, confidence, ownership of your gifts. So where can you focus to welcome more flow right now? Well, we do have the Tower, right? We have the King of Cups, we have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Ace of Swords. And this is quite fascinating because many see the Tower and immediately become a little bit nervous, right? But Spirit is showing me that this Tower is actually clearing space for something better. Doves and white flowers or roses could really be significant for someone. Lightning storms as well. There's some sort of emotional pattern, belief, fear, or attachment that can no longer come with you into your next financial chapter. I mean, here with that King of Cups, right, it tells me that you're handling a situation with incredible emotional maturity, that you been really trying not to react. You've been trying to stay calm while navigating some sort of uncertainty. And that Eight of Swords there shows me that mentally you may feel a little bit trapped, and you may be saying things like, I don't know if I can afford to take that risk. What if I fail? What if I leave something stable and regret it? What if I'm not qualified enough? What Spirit's really showing me is the prison isn't external, it's internal. And that Ace of Cups here, it's really beautiful because it suggests a completely new emotional beginning, like a new passion, a new creative calling, a new business idea, a new opportunity that actually excites your heart. Maybe it's a job interview or a new job opening. And the Tower just comes in here to remove things that no longer align, right? I'm seeing someone in my mind's eye here that you've been working in a position that pays the bills, but it has been draining your soul. Maybe you've outgrown a client or a business model or a partnership or a career path. And I'm hearing throughout July, especially as Mars activates Gemini and Jupiter enters Leo, that you may suddenly realize, I can't keep doing things this way. And then that realization becomes the breakthrough, right? Not the breakdown. And I'm hearing your abundance increases when you stop building from survival and start building from alignment. So what is really supporting your long-term prosperity? Let's dive in and have a look further. Here we have the King of Wands and the Seven of Swords. And this extra card came out, the Ace of Pentacles. Now, this combination is actually quite a surprise, all right? Because at first glance, this Seven of Swords here can look negative, but that's not what I'm feeling right now. I'm actually getting the energy of strategic. Whoa. And that card just flew off. It feels like someone is learning to move differently. And with the King of Wands, it tells me you already possess leadership qualities. You are a visionary. You see possibilities before other people see them. And I'm hearing you something about naturally entrepreneurial, even if you don't currently own a business. The Seven of Swords also says long-term prosperity is being supported by your ability to think outside of the box. I'm hearing you don't need to follow the crowd. You don't need to copy everyone else's blueprint. Your success comes from creating your own. And this Ace of Pentacles, it really confirms that Spirit is planting some sort of seed, a real world seed, something that's tangible, a new source of income, a new business opportunity, a promotion, a certification, a contract, a practical investment into your future. You may just discover a skill that you've been undervaluing. Perhaps you've been giving advice for free, creating content for free, helping others solve problems without realizing that people would actually pay for that expertise. And Spirit's saying your prosperity grows when you stop hiding your gifts. I'm hearing also with that full moon in Capricorn on the 29th, it's going to shine a lot on a practical goal or a long-term financial structures. Jupiter entering Leo on the 30th really begins opening doors around visibility, confidence, leadership, and recognition. And I'm hearing throughout July, with Jupiter forming that powerful aspects that can really create expansion opportunities, but you will just need to believe that you are worthy to receive them. The 29th of July, we have that full moon in Aquarius, which may just reveal a completely different way of approaching money, work, and business. Like August is going to become incredibly important. That Leo solar eclipse also on the 12th of August, it feels like a major activation point for this reading. I would not be surprised if many of you, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cusp individuals, receive news, opportunity, invitations, or maybe even a bold new ideas around this period. That eclipse energy feels like, the energy of stop playing small. Okay, let's dive deeper and see what is this practice that will keep the abundance moving. And we do have the King of Swords and we have Strength. There's that that Aquarius or Earth energy and Leo energy. This is where Spirit is being a little bit direct. Abundance grows when emotions and discipline work together. Because the King of Swords is someone that thinks strategic thinking, right? The Strength card is the emotional mastery. So together, I'm hearing stop making financial decisions based solely on fear. Stop letting temporary emotions dictate permanent choices. Like you're being asked to become the CEO of your life. Create those plans, create the systems, create the structure, and trust yourself enough to follow through. I'm hearing here that you decide to finally stop a side business. You decide to finally start, not stop. I don't know why someone said stop, but it's actually decide to start some sort of side business. Instead of waiting for everything to become perfect, you create a simple plan. You commit to showing up consistently. And I'm hearing then 3 months later, you realize that consistency generated more results than the years of overthinking. Because I'm hearing Spirit saying here, discipline is the money magnet. Eights could really be significant for someone out here. Double eights. Temperance. This is your extra message from your spirit guides. I'm hearing don't rush, don't force, don't chase. Blend, balance, allow. I'm hearing this is the alchemist. You are an alchemist. The one who turns originally ingredients into gold. Your guides are showing me that your financial breakthrough isn't likely to come from one dramatic event. It's going to start from those small actions repeated constantly. That little courage, little faith, a little strategy. little patience, day after day, week after week, month after week. Temperance also suggests divine timing. There may be moments during July when things seem slower than expected. And I'm hearing, don't mistake slow movement for no movement, because Spirit is mixing ingredients behind the scenes. There's connections that are forming, doors that are opening, opportunities that are aligning. And the timing simply hasn't just yet arrived. Spirit's actually repeating a sentence here in my mind's eye here, that you're not building because you failed. You are rebuilding because you have outgrown the old version of success. That Tower has come into clear. It clears. The Ace of Cups brings that open, right? Opens everything. The Ace of Pentacles arrives. The King of Wands leads. The King of Swords strategizes. Strength sustains. Temperance aligns. Your money magnet energy grows strongest when you trust the transformation instead of resisting it. The abundance you're calling in isn't asking you to become someone else. It's asking you to fully become yourself. Claim your vision, trust your wisdom, and allow the old chapter to fall away so the next one can begin. Money flows. Money allows alignment. I'm hearing money flows, follows alignment. And alignment is exactly where Spirit is leading you next. Beautiful souls, that's what I have for you. Thank you for hitting that like button, leaving a comment, being subscribers here at the Mystical Soul Tribe, and I'll check you around in the next one. Sagittarius, Capricorn, what if the biggest money breakthrough coming between now and August isn't about earning more, but about finally releasing something that you've already outgrown? Because Spirit is showing me that your next level of abundance begins where old chapters end. Welcome in, my beautiful Sagittarius, Capricorn cusp souls. This reading feels powerful because the energy isn't showing quick luck or overnight success. Instead, it's showing transformation, maturity, and alignment. Like you're standing between two worlds right now. One version of you knows exactly what no longer works. The other version is waiting on the other side of a major decision. And the astrology really supports this too, because we do have that Capricorn full moon at the end of June, which shines directly on your ambitions and your long-term goals. While Jupiter entering Leo begins activating confidence, visibility, leadership, and expansion. And then August begins this powerful eclipse energy that just no longer can, the energy that can completely redirect financial pathways. What Spirit is actually showing me is that you're crossing from an old financial habits into a completely different relationship with abundance. So let's really dive in here. Thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments, and being subscribers here at the channel. We have Death and we have the Six of Swords. This is actually one of the clearest messages Spirit can actually give, that your abundance is attached to a transition, not a beginning, a transition. The Death card it's not about predicting the loss, right? It's showing an ending that creates space for growth. Six of Swords confirms movement away from something mentally and emotionally exhausting. I'm hearing here, stop trying to retrieve what has already expired. Some of you, this is a business idea. For others, this is a job path. For others, this is a financial strategy you've outgrown. You may know something isn't producing results anymore, yet a part of you keeps maybe investing energy into it because you've maybe already spent so much time building it. So what Spirit is saying here is, what if the reason it isn't growing is because it's completed its purpose? Imagine here someone keeps promoting the same service for years. They've become comfortable with it, but secretly they know they want to teach, they want to coach, they want to create content or launch something entirely different. The old offer pays the bills, but maybe the new idea excites them. yet they get stuck between the two. So the Death card is saying the abundance enters when you finally stop clinging to the old identity, and the Six of Swords says prosperity arrives through movement. Not perfection, but movement. That Capricorn full moon on the 29th really could bring some sort of realization about what must be released. So I'm hearing, pay attention. All right. Let's dive further in here. We have the Seven of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Empress. This energy actually looks like a contradiction, but it's actually powerful. Like you learning discernment where your energy leaks, where your trust was misplaced, and where you gave more than you received. But the Empress here changes everything. I'm seeing here for someone a past disappointment. It could be a money loss, a missed opportunity, or an emotional betrayal around support or value is actually becoming a seed of your abundant strategy. You're no longer naive with your energy, but you're also not closed off. I'm hearing your prosperity is supported by your ability to turn disappointment into self-nourishment, self-worth, expansion. The Empress says what you choose to value now will multiply later. I mean, Venus activations in Leo and Virgo. I'm hearing the cycle highlights the recalibrating self-worth into tangible income growth. Okay, let's dive deeper. What practice keeps the abundance moving? Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. I'm hearing this is your money magnet routine or route. Your money magnet route. Your financial flow improves when you stop trying to manifest big outcomes and instead focus on consistent grounding actions. Tracking the money, building the skills, organizing your resources, and treating your environment like it already supports your wealth. This is like that soft discipline, not pressure. I'm hearing here to maybe practice daily grounding in your finances, even if it's 10 minutes, learning something that increases your value, taking practical steps towards stability without emotional panic, creating comfort in your physical space. I'm hearing you attract money by becoming someone who is safe to invest in, by life opportunities and people. And even like the astrology, I mean, we do have that Mars in Gemini, we have the Saturn retrograde energy later in this cycle, which rewards structure, consistency over chaotic ambition. All right, let's dive deeper here and look at that last message here from your spirit team, becoming a money magnet. 10 of Cups reversed, Page of Wands reversed. Okay, 10 of Cups reversed, Page of Wands, and we have the 2 of Cups. This is emotional clarity wrapped in financial awakening. There may be a realization that emotional fulfillment has been tied to some sort of external validation, a relationship, or idolized outcomes that don't match reality anymore. But instead of loss, it has actually created some sort of freedom. Because the page here, the Page of Wands, shows a new spark, a new idea, an opportunity, or a direction that feels lighter and more authentic for more you. And the 2 of Cups here, I'm getting the energy of alignment. Money begins to flow through connection, collaboration, partnership, aligned exchanges. Like your money magnet energy activates when you stop chasing perfect emotional outcomes and start choosing aligned emotional exchanges. Not everything is meant to compete. Not everything is meant to complete your heart, but everything aligned is meant to support your flow. Yeah, that July, August, Jupiter and Venus activations really highlight expansion through visibility, creative confidence, and aligned relationships, not emotional dependency. I'm hearing like you're entering a timeline where money responds less to effort and more to alignment. What you're releasing in June clears the noise. What you build in July stabilizes your worth. What you expand in August multiplies your income potential, but only if you stop returning to what your soul has already outgrown. Because I'm hearing the next level of money isn't waiting for you to work harder, it's waiting for you to become more clearer through your life. I have an extra message here with this Death and Six of Swords, that you're leaving some sort of version of yourself that overextended, overgave, or maybe stayed too long in situations that felt emotionally heavy or mentally chaotic. Maybe you might notice some sort of situational job patterns or emotional attachments naturally are falling away over the next 3 months, or maybe becoming too uncomfortable to maintain. Not because you failed, but because you've outgrown the frequency. There's definitely movement. Again, that movement is coming through with the Six of Swords. I'm also hearing, stop trying to fix what is already completing. That your money flow improves when your energy stops being split between endings and new beginnings. I'm hearing that Mercury retrograde in late June is pulling you into emotional truth about security, money habits, and energetic boundaries. I'm hearing also that you're learning discernment where your energy leaks. Yes, but I've mentioned that already. I'm hearing someone about a past disappointment, money lost, missed opportunities, or emotional betrayal around support or value is actually becoming the seed of your abundance. Well, beautiful souls, that is what I have for you. Don't know why I repeated some things here, but thank you for hitting the like button, becoming subscribers. Perhaps you can leave your comments below in the comment section. Leave your thoughts there. Thank you for becoming subscribers, and I'll check you around in the next one. This is your money reset timeline, but only if you're willing to stop the mental loops that are blocking your next level of financial flow. There's this quiet but intense recalibration happening in your financial reality. I'm hearing not loud change, not instant breakthroughs, but internal rewiring, especially around fear, control, and trust. Like you're learning something powerful. Money doesn't respond to overthinking, it responds to clarity and energetic honesty. And right now, energy is being asked to stop circling the same thoughts and start moving again. Welcome in my beautiful Capricorn, Aquarius, Cuspers. Thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments, and becoming subscribers here at the Mystical Wolf Soul Tribe. Where can you focus and welcome more flow right now? So we've got some interesting cards for your reading here. We have the Four of Swords as the first card, Eight of Swords, and we have the Seven of Swords. And I said Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like this is a mental overload disguised as planning, maybe working too hard. Maybe you've been withdrawing, overthinking money decisions, or maybe replaying past financial mistakes. There's also a hidden avoidance here, something that you're not fully confronting, maybe because it feels uncomfortable, uncertain. But the truth is the blockage isn't external. It's some sort of mental loop. I'm getting also the 8-8 energy in your reading, and also the 5-5 energy in your reading. Perhaps 88 and 55 angel numbers, or numbers maybe you have been repeatedly seeing. The truth is, though, it's a mental loop. Okay, the Four of Swords is also showing something about a burnout. This guy's really like man down, right? And the Eight of Swords shows self-imposed limitations. Yeah, the Seven of Swords is showing something about avoidance or scattered focus. I'm hearing the message here that your money flow returns when you stop trying to mentally solve what needs to be energetically released. I'm hearing with that Mercury shifts through Cancer and then also that retrograde that happens later, end of June, it's going to activate emotional thinking patterns, making clarity feel a little bit harder until you maybe slow down internally. I'm hearing it's time to slow down so you can get your thoughts clear. To gain your clarity. Okay, what is supporting your long-term prosperity here? Six of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. 69 could be a significant number for someone, or perhaps just 6 and 9s. This is actually quite a powerful contrast between past and independence. Like I'm hearing here, someone, your long-term wealth is going to be supported by lessons from your past, especially maybe early beliefs about money, family conditioning, or even emotional safety. And the Nine of Pentacles shows that you're actively building something very different now. I'm hearing something about self-sufficiency, financial independence, or maybe it could even be personal stability. I'm hearing your prosperity comes from choosing yourself over the emotional patterns. That you're no longer building from survival energy, you're building from self-worth. Yeah, I mean, even the astrology supports this, right? We have that Venus and Jupiter activations in Leo, which will be highlighting financial expansions through confidence, visibility, and self-value embodiment. All right, let's dive deeper. What practice will keep the abundance moving? Again, we got some interesting cards here. Two of Swords, Five of Swords, a lot of sword energy really coming out here in your reading, my Capricorn Aquariuses. This is something about truth and not comfort. I'm hearing you being called to make clear financial decisions, even if they involve uncomfortable truths, maybe boundaries or ending some sort of internal conflicts or external conflicts. Saying no to draining commitments, setting financial boundaries, making a decision that maybe you've been avoiding, or choosing fairness over fear. I'm hearing justice is a key. Alignment, balance, and truth. Abundance flows when your decisions are clear, or your decisions are clean, not conflicted. Yeah, when your abundance flows when your decisions are clean and not conflicted. Yeah, we do also have that Mars and Saturn influences later in the cycle, right, which does reward structure, action, and consequence-based clarity. A lot of mental energy here regarding your finances, all the swords here. All right, finally we're ending here with some water energy and earth energy. Five of Pentacles, Eight of Cups. This is your final message from your spirit team, becoming a money magnet. And I'm hearing something about this is not punishment, is redirection. There may be moments of feeling like something is lacking, money, support, opportunity. It could be emotional security. But this is actually a turning point where you realize that you've maybe been staying in something that no longer sustains your growth. The Eight of Cups talks about that emotional withdrawal, not from failure, but from evolution, all right? Like, you cannot attract abundance while emotionally attached to what drains your value. I'm hearing that this is going to be a transition point from that scarcity mindset to the self-led expansion. I'm hearing between August and July, that eclipse season, and also that Uranus activation pushes sudden clarity around what is no longer aligned with your financial path. I'm hearing that you're not blocked in money. It's just that you're in a mid-recalibration kind of energy regarding your finances, that what feels like confusion is actually your mind detaching from the outdated financial identity. I'm hearing like June is coming in to clear out the mental fog. July restructures your decisions, and August expands your confidence in what you choose to walk away from. Because your money magnet energy isn't built on control. It's built on clarity, release, and self-trust. And once your mind stops fighting itself, your abundance starts moving again. So that's what I have for you, my beautiful souls. Thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments, and being subscribers here. Yeah, really leaving your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love and light, and I'll check you around in the next one. I'm hearing your abundance is not stuck. It's responding to your emotional frequency, not your effort. This week blends deep intuition with karmic alignment, as we have that Capricorn full moon around the 29th, which is closing cycles around scarcity and trust. So welcome in, my beautiful Aquarius, Pisces, Cuspers. Thank you for hitting that like button, leaving comments, and becoming subscribers. Where can you focus to welcome more flow, financial flow right now? Beautiful that we do have the Wheel of Fortune. All right, and then we have the Hermit, the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Moon. This is like destiny, inner recollaboration, embodiment. Like this Wheel of Fortune here, it shows financial cycles that are turning. Luck is active, but I'm hearing not random. And here's the Hermit coming through saying, withdraw from noise, comparison, and distraction. The Queen of Pentacles arches it, saying, create stability in your physical world. And I'm hearing, trust your intuition, all right? Your inner knowing, things that are not fully seen. With Mercury retrograde that's going in Cancer, I'm hearing your intuition about money becomes louder than logic. I'm hearing you pull back from external pressure, and then suddenly opportunities really start aligning without any force. And you don't also, I'm hearing something about you don't see that happening, you don't see it coming. Here, what supports your long-term prosperity is the Fool. Your prosperity is coming from starting before you fully feel ready. I'm hearing like, that this energy here coming through is that pure leap energy, not guarded, not reckless, but like trusting your own inner wisdom and guidance. I'm hearing with that Mars entering Gemini on the 28th of June and the new moon that we had already in Gemini earlier, I'm hearing your path is evolving through experimentation, basically saying that your wealth is tied to curiosity and not certainty. What practice keeps your abundance moving? Well, we do have the Ace of Cups here. And I feel like this is some sort of emotional renewal as a financial practice. Money flows when your emotional cup is open and not guarded. So I'm hearing here that you're being asked to reconnect with joy, release the emotional numbness, and let inspiration guide action. I'm hearing also with this really aligns beautiful with that Venus-Jupiter, Venus conjunction Jupiter that we already had earlier in June, expansion through the emotional fulfillment. So I'm hearing that you stop forcing outcomes and start allowing inspiration to lead, and income pathways reopen up naturally. Doves and white birds and feathers could really be significant for some of you as well. White flowers or roses. And then finally, your last card here from your spirit team, the money magnet activation, is this beautiful Ten of Pentacles, all right? Some of you pets could be significant. This is very seriously that legacy level abundance. Like the Ten of Pentacles shows long-term wealth structure, family lineage healing, and then sustainable prosperity I'm hearing. And I'm hearing that with Jupiter that will be entering Leo, expansion becomes visible around generational in nature. So I'm hearing that your guidance is that you're not building short-term money, you're actually building a financial ecosystem. And every emotional healing that you complete now becomes part of your long-term stability. Wow, that was a quick one for you guys. Thank you so much for hitting that like button. Let me know in the comments. I'm sending you so much love and light. And thank you for being part of the subscribers here at the Mystical Wool Soul Tribe. And I'll definitely check you around in the next one.